All right, we're going to talk about the main thing, the main feature, which would be your blog posts, these fun little things we see right here on the home page. What we want to do in the back end, of course, is find posts. We'll find that right here. I'm going to click all posts, and what we're going to see are the few that we've already done. And now this does this, and I forgot to mention this before, it does it in chronological order from newest to oldest. So as you make a post, it's going to go from newest to oldest in the list, as well as what shows up on the website, from newest to oldest. All right, so let me click on one we've already set up here, and what we're going to see, it looks a little bit different than the banner. We actually have an editor, a visual, like an email, I guess, if you're sending out an email. When you first log in, you should see it looking like this, and I'm talking about these buttons right here. But if you click this button on the end, we'll get a few more options. Pretty neat. So basically, just like an email, we make text bold, or add a link, or things like that. Insert images and things. There's also HTML mode. If you happen to know HTML or want to do HTML, that's how you would do it. Of course, it is not necessary. All right. So your text for your article goes here. So whatever your copy is, just copy and paste it into here. If you're pulling something from a Word document, I strongly recommend you do not copy and paste directly from a Word document, because basically it's going to format it and include its own code, and it can cause problems. So I would strictly use plain text at all possible. Then in this editor, make your changes if you need to add a link or you need to add some kind of formatting, whether that's bold or a color or whatever. Do it here as opposed to doing it in in Word document and then copying it over. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. Now, basically, obviously, this is the title that we see right here. This is the content, and we can do some fun things like insert images and all that kind of stuff. If you've already watched the banner video, you'll know how to do the featured image right here, and the featured image is this this image on top of the article for each article that we see right here. So that's where the featured image populates. All right. Right above that, we're going to see tags, post tags, and if we come back to the front end and we look in the right sidebar right here, we'll see tags. So tags are important for SEO, so if you guys are promoting and that kind of a thing, maybe a tag is money, right? Maybe a tag is children. Maybe another one is schools. So these keywords are all interlinking, and anything that you choose that uses the same tag, such as schools, maybe you do 2 posts that relate to schools and you include this tag, it's going to help you search for them, it's going to help people find them, it's good in the search engine, all that kind of fun stuff. So now if I update this, because I've added these new tags, and save it, and I come to the front end and refresh, I'm going to see these 3 new tags I've added. You're only going to see tags if they're attached to articles. So if we've added a tag for money, but I haven't saved it or I haven't used it on an article, you're not going to see it. Okay? Same thing for categories. So a tag is kind of like a category. It might confuse you, but a category is the same thing, but it's just a little bit different. I know that makes no sense, but so we'll see categories right here: aid for schools, MoneyGram, sharing and education. And if I look at this post to the left, here's categories: aid for school, MoneyGram, sharing and education. Basically, another way for SEO to help people search your site, things like that. So maybe I want to find stuff on this article related to MoneyGram. So I just click this. Now it's going to show posts that you've made that the category is MoneyGram. And I get the exact same thing if I click it from here. Okay, hope that makes sense. And those are right here, categories. So we'll see those right here. So if I make a post, and let's say I only want it to do aid for schools, I just uncheck these. All right? Maybe I want to add my own. So I'll click Add New Category, and I'll call this Charlie is Awesome, if I can spell. Click Add New Category. Oh, okay. See, it's automatically checked, and now it's there. Let me go ahead and refresh and update. And if I refresh the website or come back to the home page, what's going to happen, I'm going to see now that my category is now added here as well as it's added here. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. That's how you can kind of interlock and intertwine all your articles in different ways that are good for search engine optimization. Let's say we want to add another image. So I'm just going to go ahead and duplicate this text a couple more times just for the point of this tutorial. Let's say you have an image you want to add, whatever that may be, a picture of somebody, a kid, money, whatever. Insert your mouse, your pointer, your cursor, wherever you want that image to sit. And then up here, we'll have the upload insert for an image icon. Click this. We'll get the box that you've seen before in the other tutorial. I'm going to go ahead and browse my computer. Let me find a default picture. This obviously makes no sense right now, but just for this, I'll go ahead and use it. I'm going to hit open, upload. Now I'm going to have a few other options in here. I'm going to have the sizing of it. So if I scroll down, I'll not only have the sizing, but I'll have alignment. So right now it's aligned center. That makes not a whole lot of sense for what I'm doing. I'm going to do align right, so the text wraps around it. And I can actually choose my size, whether that's full, this medium, or thumbnail. I'm going to go ahead and do a medium size. And now, as opposed to use as featured image, we're going to actually insert this into the post because it's going into the post. So we don't want to use as featured image. We want this insert into post. Click insert. There's your image. Let's update. Let's refresh. If I scroll down, what do I have? I have my image that is floating right. Okay, that's really about it. It doesn't get much easier than... Oh, one more thing. One other thing. We're going to see something down here we call permalinks, and we'll see this right here. All right. So right now, you see that the title is in another test post. That's the actual title of the article. This is the page link. Okay. So if I click to read this post, see that right here. Here's my page. That's the name of the post and another test post, correct? Maybe you don't want to call it that in the address bar. Maybe you want to call it, whatever the case may be, something else. So we can do that. Without changing the name of the article, we can change how it shows up in the address bar. So I click edit. I can put here Charlie test. Okay, go ahead and update. Come back to the home page. Now we'll see the article, the name hasn't changed. But however, in the address bar, this has changed. So that's a little trick if you want to change things, to be different than your actual article name is. Okay, that'll do it for this one.